Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of GTM On-The-Go. Today I've got Tara Robertson from Chili Piper.
I always like to start with, for any company, just figure out where your best customers or your ideal customers are hanging out. Where are they spending time? I just try to start with where do they spend time? Where can we get in front of the right people and go from there? When you're doing something like, say, organic on Facebook or LinkedIn, whatever channel you're focused on, you're not going to necessarily see people coming through the UTM links that you want them to use. So I would look at just short-term things like if you're seeing growth in branded traffic or even direct traffic, that can be a signal that like some channel that we're testing out that's new is working. And obviously that's a very gray area because you could be doing a lot of things at once, but try to just keep tabs on that growth where you can see it. But LinkedIn specifically is where I would say we do the most kind of straight up demand creation, where we're not necessarily putting a form in front of people's face. It's really just explaining what the main issue is when you don't have a meeting scheduler on your site and how you're probably losing out on some opportunities by not having that solution. The metric that we look at the most at Chili Piper, so I guess my favorite metric right now, is what we call QHMs. So it's qualified held meetings. And that's the main metric as a marketing team that we look at week over week, month over month. And that's essentially people who were qualified, came inbound, and they actually did show up for that demo meeting to become an opportunity. So I think a lot of times, and I've made this mistake in past roles, as soon as we got that form fill, as a marketing team, we would celebrate and move on to something else. But it's not really fair to leave that whole rest of the journey up to your sales team. They have so much to do, and you can't expect them to be chasing every single lead for you. So that's really the metric we look at, is not just people filling out our forms, but how many people are raising their hand, asking for a demo, they're qualified, and they actually do show up. So I think a lot of building that excitement and getting them ready to show up is still on the marketing side. I would definitely take a look at what your conversion actually looks like. Maybe try to get a friend or a peer to kind of ghost shop your website or mystery shop it. Get them to go through that demo flow of like, pretend you're really interested and come to our website and try to book a demo and see how that works. So I would start there, trying to identify where those leaks are, because you might have something that's just broken in that process. I think that's part of your job as a demand gen marketer, is to find that sweet spot. Because again, you say you're making a podcast and the content is all about your solution, you're doing a great job selling, but you get 2 people listening to it, then that's not great. So I think finding that balance is always something that's in progress. I think one thing that helps is having different people on your team focusing on different parts of that puzzle, trying to either distribute it in terms of roles on the team or just the amount of time you're spending. Say you're one person marketing team and all your time is on CRO and conversion, you're probably gonna have a traffic problem soon because no one's gonna know about you. So it's a tough balance, but I think trying to make sure that you're addressing all of that when you're planning out your campaigns. Yeah, in that case, I would take a step back. Again, it's hard when you're the one creating your own marketing content, because you're looking at it like, of course this is creating demand. Why isn't this working? So try to put yourself in the mindset of someone who doesn't know your company. We actually had feedback that people were seeing our brand everywhere, but they had no idea what we did. Some people would come up to us at events and say like, oh, you guys host cool parties. Is that what you sell? Like, is that your tool? Or some people thought we sold hot sauce actually, which is really funny. So I think we went a little bit too top of funnel with a lot of what we were doing, and we didn't talk enough about us, which is the opposite of what I think a lot of B2B companies do, because a lot of B2B really leads with like, here's our solution, here's the product, and people kind of tune that out. So I would make sure that you're really addressing what is that problem that you're trying to solve within your marketing. And I think that's the missing piece in demand creation. If you can, either take a step back or again, use a tool like Winter or some other tool to get insights from people who are actually in your ICP. One way that I've been thinking that would be really great for us to test them out is we've made a ton of product updates and we have more coming soon. So I would love to use an interactive demo in something like a closed lost type campaign. So for people that they've already seen a demo, maybe years, months back, trying to re-engage them with totally new content instead of saying like, please book a demo again, because I don't think that would work very well, to be honest. But I think giving them a chance to play around with all the new features we have in an interactive demo would be a very cool use case.